Alright, and we're back, and I've got a lot of dog movies, like a lot, and I've got some comedies too, and we're going to take a look at all of them in part 2 of me showing you guys my physical media movie collection. Let's get straight to it. Alright, so let's start here with the 2017 adaptation of the book by W. Bruce Cameron, or Bruce W. Cameron, A Dog's Purpose. This DVD I've had in my collection all the way since 2017. I got it as a gift for a trip I was going on. Gift from my mom. Sorry about that. I was trying to take the slipcover off. And you can see here, it's in pretty nice condition. You got some nice little bonus features. I did keep the slipcover. I don't go for slipcovers always, but it just happened to come with one, and I'm like, why not? It's very nice. Also, I got a new bracelet, which is pretty cool, so yeah, I have that on currently, if you're wondering what the big blue thing is. Then, you've got A Dog's Journey. Some friendships transcend lifetimes. This is a really sweet sequel. I really like this movie. I think maybe I like this one more, I'm not sure. But it's really well done. I really want more of his books to be adapted into films. Like this one too, A Dog's Way Home. This is a pretty beat up DVD copy. Oh yeah, that last one I picked up at Savers for A Dog's Journey, and then this one I picked up online, I believe on eBay, for A Dog's Way Home. And no, they are not all part of the same trilogy, they're just by the same author. Actually, funny story, A Dog's Journey, I actually ordered, here's a little story. So, I went to my local Redbox, this was back in 2019 or something, and I just happened to get a movie called A Dog's Journey at the Redbox. I had no idea it was a sequel to A Dog's Purpose. I had no idea, but I learned that it is a sequel, in fact, and so when I found a copy in a better case, I got it so it would match the first film. And there's that. Alright, now another one I got here is The Art of Racing in the Rain. This is a rental copy that I picked up at the pizza store in Willits. They used to sell movies after they got out of the renting business. And I picked this up for around $4. I had a copy before this, but it got stolen. And then you have A Dog of Flanders. A dog movie I've never seen before. I ought to watch this soon, because I never have seen it, in fact. But there's that. Then you've got Dude, Where's My Dog? A Kevin Farley film. Never seen it before. Quite a few of these I picked up really cheap and just thought, hey, they have dogs, so they'll be interesting. I don't know if I'll actually enjoy it, but we'll see. Miracle Dogs 2. This is the second of the Miracle Dogs films. I don't own the first one on DVD. I used to on VHS, but yeah. And I've never seen them. Alright. Then you've got the Call of the Wild television series. Got this one right here. This is Call of the Wild, 8 full episodes. The heartwarming television series. And I believe it's over 3 hours? 6 hours. Wow. I was off. But you got the disc in there. The top is taped up. I do need to get rid of that, but it was a really cool set. I do really want to check this out. I just haven't gotten a chance to yet. And this is Call of the Wild Foxfire. I don't know if this is based on the book by Jack London. I don't know if there is a Foxfire Call of the Wild. I don't think there is, but yeah. Apparently there's this, though. And this only has a running time of, like, what, 83 minutes, I saw somewhere. Anyways, that is for that one. And then you got a stack of some dog and animal wolf movies. These are kind of like bargain bin, buy them really cheap collection sets. Like this White Fang, the TV series. which was pretty cool. The complete series. How long is this? I'm gonna bet you... Okay, it doesn't give an actual time. It's only like 5... Is that 625 minutes? Dang, that's a lot of episodes. Let's take a look at the disc, though. So you got this disc, and then disc 2. Found this somewhere at a Goodwill for really cheap. And then I found this one as well. 12 movie family adventure collection, The Legend of Wolf Mountain. Behold the Wild Journey. This is a pretty cool set. I bought this at a Savers. And this has Walking Thunder, Where the Red Fern Grows, Seven Alone, Vengeance of Rana, The Return of Tin Tin Tin, Rin Tin Tin, Renfrew of the Royal Mounted, Skull and Crown, Danny Boy, High Country Calling, The Underdog, The Legend of Wolf Mountain, The Test. These are all dog, wolf-based movies that I've probably never seen before. Man, they're in poor quality, but I have them because there was a point where I was actually collecting those. And then we have some wolf movies here. The Legend of Wolf Mountain once again, and Time of the Wolf. And look, they may be low budget, but at least there will be some beautiful scenery, so that's something good. Alright, then you got a couple other dog wolf movies here. We have White Fang, To the Rescue. This is a White Fang film that I've never heard of before when I picked it up, which is kind of why I got it. It was such an obscure thing. It looks very low budget, but, I mean, who's in this? I know none of those actors or actresses. When a young boy finds himself in the midst of danger, once more, it's, okay, White Fang to the rescue. Alright, then. So it's like, basically, super, like, oh, hero dog, but, like, it's a wolf. I get it. Alright, this is one that could have gone into my faith-based collection. This is based on a true story. This has Michael Cassidy and Sarah Lancaster. The Stray. I love this movie so much. I mean, maybe a bit less than I did the first time, but I picked this up at my local library because it looked cute. And it was actually really good. It is rated PG, I believe. It is pretty intense. At least one part of it, but yeah, I really like that movie. It's a really good story. I don't know how faithful it is to the true story. I haven't read up on it, but I liked it. Then you got Hero Dog. This is The Journey Home. So this is about a husky that is owned by a blind man, and him, the dog, basically finding his way home. So we'll take the slip off. And yeah, I got this back in around 2021, 2022. I really like the blues on the cover. Like, I would have loved that as a movie poster. Like, just how vibrant that blue is. It's so good. Alright. Then, you've got... Let me try and put it back in here. Alright, then you've got... let's see. Alpha. This is the Wolf Boy movie that I found on streaming somewhere. I wanted to go to the theater to see it, but we never did. So instead I picked it up later on physical media. And I tried to watch it. I couldn't understand the subtitles. And I couldn't see them. And then my copy was scratched, I think. Yeah, I think that's actually what happened. It was completely scratched up. And so I just bought a new copy, because the copy I ordered before this was from, like, some library. Yeah, I got scammed. Anyways, then you got More Than Puppy Love right here. This is about, I believe, I forget what they had, but basically, this girl's love for a dog, but then someone really needs the dog, kind of thing. It's, you know, emotional, low budget, but I think it's actually, like, dedicated to some, charity or something. Look at this. Scene Access, Interactive Menus. Oh boy, like, that's a bonus feature nowadays. That's how, That's how DVDs used to be. Alright, and then you got kind of a fun kids movie here. I bought this because it was on discount, and I kept seeing it over and over, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get it. Clifford the Big Red Dog from Paramount. This is the live-action movie. It is incredibly dumb, but I enjoy it. I actually do. I do really enjoy this movie. I've only seen it once, but I actually might rewatch it now that I'm mentioning it. It was a fun film. Alright, now let me pull out the next shelf. Alright, so let's take a look at the other dog movies I have. Sorry for my arm getting in the way. This is the second shelf with a few titles from the top of the first shelf, beginning with Turner and Hooch, the 1989 Tom Hanks dog comedy movie. It isn't the funniest film I've seen, but it's definitely got some comedy in there. Got the disc, of course. And then you have Far From Home. The Adventures of Yellow Dog. This is a, I believe, 1995 release of the film. Is when it originally came out. And you got the disc, of course. Very boring. But that's how DVDs used to be. And then you've got a film about golden retrievers entitled, you guessed it, The Retrievers. And this was one of those things I just bought because the concept sounded cute. I don't know if I'll actually like it, but I found it somewhere for like $4. How much did I pay for this? $2.99, $3. Alright. Oh, waste of my money, maybe, but I have it. Alright, then we've got a bunch more doggy films on the second shelf, beginning with the 2002 dog movie Good Boy. This is one that I've never seen before. It's got some bonus features on it. A dogumentary, Pooch profiles, the Dog Pound deleted and alternate scenes, scrapbook, theatrical trailer, the disc. Then you've got a couple iterations of Lassie. You've got the originals, Lassie Come Home, Son of Lassie, Courage of Lassie, from the good old 1950s and 1960s. When did a lot of these come out? I don't know. And a lot of these were like Side A, Side B kind of thing. So, yeah, that was annoying. But you got two films on there, and then you have the last one on that disc. And then you had the 1994 Lassie movie, which I love. I think this is a really good movie. It's got the most structure to it, I think. Which is something I struggle with for the other Lassie films. They kind of just have plots that take a very long time to go anywhere. And I'll explain that in a minute. But here's the disc, the pamphlet. Quite an interesting story with this one. How I acquired it. And then we have the 2005 adaptation of Lassie, which I got at some place in Oregon. I actually really like this one. I watched it recently. It's really cute. What it actually is a remake of Lassie Come Home, I think, where there's this boy that has Lassie, and then the dog has to be sold so they can get money, and then it's just a more modernized version of that. But this is one of those films where I think it struggles with a story structure, because what they basically do is they're like, okay, Lassie's constantly trying to go back, she goes on the journey. That's where it kind of falls off, because you end up with her going on this side quest where she's with this one person, then she's trying to get away from these other ones. I like the Lassie films. I do. I just understand why there aren't that many of them, because they're kind of hard to write for. They always end up with the dog going on some long journey away from its human. But, oh well. You know, I'd like to see a modern reboot of Lassie. I actually think there was one in 2020. I don't remember the name of it, and it was like really hard to come by, but I'm gonna have to look that one up. Alright, now we got a whole stack of other dog movies. You've got My Dog Skip, Warner Brothers classic from the 1990s. This was a pretty emotional film, honestly. I don't know why someone wrote their name on it. I hate these snapper cases. Have I said that enough times? But you got some ads in here. All these films I've never heard of. Some of these are really old. Yeah. Like, you got Blade Runner, Gone with the Wind. Like, these are early DVD releases right here. These are, like, very early. Yeah. What the heck is that one? Oh, that's a shark movie. Okay, then. Yeah, you got some stuff. I probably wouldn't like a lot of that stuff, but, you know, to each his own. Alright. Then we got Where the Red Fern Grows 2. I do have Where the Red Fern Grows 1 somewhere. It's on one of these dog movie packs. I actually should get just a singular copy of it, but I own Where the Red Fern Grows 2. It kind of retreads the first one, but it's also heartfelt still. Like, they retread over certain things, but they also try to tell their own story, and it's a nice sequel. Then you got My Dog the Champion. I probably just bought this one because it had a dog in it, and I was dog crazy at one point. I mean, I still love my dog, but I definitely would not buy over 500 dog movies nowadays. Anyways. Then you got Footprints. This is one about, I think, a German Shepherd. From the look of the cover. Angels are real, even some have fur. Then you got the Beethoven 8 movie pack. You got Beethoven 1 through 8. And they're kind of coming out of the disc socket. If you hear that. Yeah, this is broken. All the discs are in there still. I like the first 2 Beethoven films. The other ones just go completely off the rails. Then you got the 2 Max movies. You got Max and Max 2, White House Hero. This had the potential to be an actually intense, like, war movie about a dog, you know, being owned by a war veteran. And there is some stuff in there. But then the second one just completely goes off the rails and makes it very kiddish. Well, even the first one does too. Like, both of these are pretty stupid. But, I don't know. I have them. I think I bought them for like $5 each, which was a dumb decision, but hey. Oh well. Alright. Then we got this pretty cool find right here. These are the original 2000 Scooby-Doo movies. The live-action ones that would be better not to discuss. Yeah, the CGI has not held up that well, but that is part of the charm. And I did find these at the Thrifty Bargain. I paid like $1.99 for this, but you get 2 movies, and I was actually really trying to find these, so I'm glad I found them. But yeah, you get a lot of bonus features in here. And they're both rated PG, which is cool. And then you got, For the Love of a Dog. I don't remember what this one is about. I have no idea. What is this for? A true family film. No adult language. Yeah, there's even the rating on the back of the cover. What? This is so random. Why is there that random thing on there? I know nothing about this. Maybe I saw this one instead of More Than Puppy Love? I don't remember, but yeah. An anamorphic widescreen. Okay then. Weird. This was a recent pickup. This is a puppy film. Probably going to be overly cutesy, but I found it for like $1. Magic Puppy. Actually, I found it for $2, but still, it's cute. It's about a puppy. I could have skipped it, yes, but I was just like, why not? Add it to the pile of things I'm going to buy. And yeah. Cool. Alright, and then you've got a couple of the Rin Tin Tin films. You've got Rin Tin Tin, well, Finding Rin Tin Tin. This is one of those I bought at that rental place. This is like a 2007 reboot of Rin Tin Tin. And the disc just went flying out of the socket, but there it is. I actually might like this movie. And then you have the original Rin Tin Tin films. These are like the old ones. So you've got like what? Carrail of the Mountains. Veins of the Wild, Law of the Wolf, The Return of Rin Tin Tin, The Silver Trail, Skull and Crown, The Test, Vengeance of Rana. Yeah. No, an interesting collection. I've never seen any of these. I really should do a session where I just watch all the dog movies I own. I'd probably have fun. And I'd probably be sick of dogs. Alright. Call of the Wild. The Harrison Ford 2020 film. This came right before the world shut down. This is actually a really good movie. Like, this is actually, I think, one of the best dog movies that's come out in the last few years. I love this movie so much. Maybe the CGI isn't perfect, but it's so sweet and wholesome. I really liked it. Then you got 7 movies, Spirit of the North. This isn't even just dog movies. This is like whatever animal they felt like putting in here. So you got like Lost in the Barrens, Spirit of the Eagle, Legend of Wolf Mountain. Man, I have a lot of copies of that. Rugged Gold, 7 Alone. Due South, Call of the Wild Part 1 and 2. And Walking Thunder. Yeah, I told you I owned a lot of these, like, just random dog movies. And I don't know, have any of you checked these out? I'd love to know your thoughts on them in the comments. Because I've never actually seen any of these. And then we have one of my favorite dog movie trilogies. Let me find the other one in here. These two. Shiloh, Shiloh Season, and Saving Shiloh. I really like all 3 of these movies. These are really sweet, intense, yes, but they're really sweet dog films about this boy and his persistence in getting the beagle saved from the mean neighbor. That was a very bad explanation of it, but like, what they do with that storyline between the 3 films, I really like. I'm not going to spoil it here, I could do a video essay, but I just really like these films, and I'm really glad that I got them. And, yeah, that's the only annoying part. That they're on the let me calm down. The only annoying part about these films is that they're in separate cases, and the discs are 2-sided. So, I don't like that, but whatever. Alright, now you got more dog movies. This is going to be it for the second shelf, but you've got, like, Bad to the Bone, Precious Pets Collection, and you got 8 movies on here. Where the Red Fern Grows, Danny Boy, Little Heroes, Behave Yourself, Lassie the Painted Hills, The Test, Vengeance of Rana, Skull and Crown. And some of these are good old classics, like Lassie the Painted Hills, Where the Red Fern Grows. I'm not saying none of the others aren't classics, but, I mean, those are the first 2 that come to my mind. And then we've got 10 dog films. Yeah, I owned a lot of these. The Little Wizard, Alligator Pie, The Curious Adventures of Mr. Wonderbird, Little Heroes, The Secret Kingdom. And a lot of these were distributed by Echo Bridge. I have no idea if they just distributed packages like this. I don't know. But I got a lot of dog films. And I've even got more on the next shelf. Alright, so this is where we're going into the comedy section in a minute here, but I'm first going to show you the dog films I got on the 3rd shelf. So you have 3 Wishes. This is another Warner Brothers release, I think. Oh, it's not. Huh, thought it was. Snapper Case, once again. Know nothing about this film. Then you got Call of the Wild in 3D. I don't have 3D glasses, so I don't know why I own this. I may end up selling it. Is it literally in 3D? Includes 3D and 2D versions. Okay, then. Yeah, apparently if I had 3D glasses, I could watch it like that, but whatever. Then you got the Balto trilogy. Balto and Balto 2 Wolf Quest. Got this at Rasputin's Music. It was a Christmas gift that my mom got me. I, of course, already knew she was getting them, but still, it was a very nice gift. And I really like these films, along with Balto 3, Wings of Change, though the whole romantic subplot between Boris and the female goose, no, just, it didn't need to be there. It's dumb. That is what I would call just not funny humor. Anyways, next we've got Marley and Me, the Blu-ray DVD edition, 3-disc, Bad Dog edition. You've got a DVD, a Blu-ray, and a digital copy. What more could you want? Well, anyways, what the heck? Oh yeah, that's the digital copy. That's the Blu-ray, and that's the DVD. Never mind, that was the digital copy. Man, it looks so basic. That's what made me think it wasn't the digital copy, but oh well. Never mind. Next, we got Against the Wild. This is another dog movie that I just picked up because it was really cheap, and I thought, why not? Then you got an IMAX presentation of Wolves. It's literally an IMAX DVD of Wolves, and because I like Wolves a lot, I thought, why not? I'm actually pretty excited to check this out. I just don't know when I'm going to. But we do have a giant TV in the other room, so that's going to be really fun. And then we got a horse movie. Flicka. I have my other horse movies somewhere else. I only have like one set of them. But, yeah. Have this here. I keep seeing Flicka 2 around in thrift stores. I didn't really like the first Flicka film, honestly. And now we're moving on to the comedies I have on this shelf. And I actually have a lot more in the big bookcase by my computer, but let's take a look at the ones I got, starting with Gremlins, the 1984 Joe Dante film. I love this movie. This is such a dumb movie. It's pretty graphic in comparison to what the PG rating was known for, but it's still pretty funny. Just a bunch of furry things causing havoc. Then you got Here They Grow Again, aka Gremlins 2, the new batch. I was so excited to get this. I finally had found a copy on eBay, but nope, don't like it. I think it's worse than the first film. And, yeah. That's Gremlins 2. Not my favorite. Would I like a Gremlins 3, though? Not if it's R-rated. That would take out the charm of it. It would just make it another slasher franchise, and I don't want that. Alright, then you got the Ghostbusters saga, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. This is in pretty bad condition, but hey, I found it at a yard sale, and I got it for like $2. Actually, I think I got it for only $1, but yeah, I have both films in here. I actually don't like the second one. It gets a little bit too witchcrafty for my taste. With the whole, like, presenting an offering to the guy in the painting. I just don't like it as much. But then we've got Ghostbusters 2016, aka Answer the Call. I didn't mind this movie that much. I have it, though. And then the highly famous Ghostbusters Afterlife. And they're making a new Ghostbusters film, Frozen Empire. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. The marketing has kind of pushed me away from it, but I might go see it. We'll see. Alright. Then you got full-on comedies. Night at the Museum, Evan Almighty, just even more dumb comedy films. So you've got Night at the Museum, the 2-disc special edition. I really like this movie. It's a very funny film. It's very fun. But there is some history in it, which is cool. And I haven't actually watched the bonus features yet, but there's that one. Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. This film just goes completely off the rails. But I also really like it. And then Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. This is another great comedy. I wouldn't mind a fourth Night at the Museum film. Like, I will be honest, I would not. But I definitely could see why they wouldn't do one. And these films just got even more insane as they went along. Alright, next. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'm not into National Lampoon that much. A lot of them are way too crass and rude and disgusting for my taste. This one, it's on the verge, honestly. There's like one scene I'd cut out of here, but the rest of it is just hilarious and stupid. And I bought this for $5. And then we have another film that wasn't meant to be a comedy, but you know what? Hey, it's enjoyable. The 1990 Super Mario Brothers movie. The 1993 film, specifically. I was not looking for this by any means. I found it for $3, and I was just like, why not? And I do know they recently did announce they're making a, like, 4K deluxe collector set with the work print and everything. Yeah, that's nice. For $100, no thank you. If I find it somewhere cheap, sure, I'll pick it up. If I don't, I'm not getting it. Yeah, I can't spend that kind of money. Alright, then you got Batteries Not Included. I've never seen this comedy. Hopefully I'll like it. Steven Spielberg, right? Is it Steven Spielberg? Yeah, it is. But it's a Matthew Robbins film. Okay, yeah, so I guess he co-produced it. But here it is. And then you've got The Gods Must Be Crazy, the first film. I know there's a second one of these. And there's the disc. Found it for like $1 at a Salvation Army. Then you got the two Short Circuit movies. The first one I actually didn't like that much. It was just slow. It was kind of exhausting to get through. I didn't like it, really. But the second one, oh my goodness, they went off the rails and I love it. This film is so dumb, but in a good way. Like, in a really, really good way. I love this movie. At least like it. Maybe I say love it too much. Alright, and then you got Evan Almighty. They did do Bruce Almighty before this, and it was way too inappropriate for my taste. But this one was not. It was just funny. And yeah, that is it for the final shelf on my nightstand. So now we're going to hop on over to one of the other shelves and continue this. See you all in another video. Bye, guys.